Space Wolves, I can't actually recall if I reviewed these guys. I'm pretty sure I didn't, though. Darren, look over my Warhammer Wednesday playlist and figure out if I did or not.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they're one of those factions you've skipped, along with the factions that have codices, but this one doesn't, so you haven't done this, I don't think.
Okay, then let's talk about the furries.
Man, you're gonna get some hate for that joke alone.
I doubt anyone will see this. With spring break over, my videos went from 50 views to 10, and, I'm okay with that. The Space Wolves. Tell us a little bit about them.
Let's see. Alcoholics, despite our inability to get drunk, they figured out how. Impressive, really. They tend to prefer closer combat, but are tactical brilliance, honestly. Though they do tend to pretend to be dumber than they really are. They do have a gene flaw that causes them to become more animalistic, sometimes losing their minds in the process, though I've never seen one in person myself.
Yeah, wait. How do you know about the Wolfen? Aren't they kept a secret, or has that been undone recently? I don't care to look into it. Honestly, it really doesn't change anything.
I like doggos. Let's talk about those good boys.
Yep, there's a story that there's no wolves on Fenris, a line said by Magnus the Red. This implies that there's another phase of the Wolfen mutation, which leads to becoming giant doggos. Some of them kept by the Space Wolves, while others grow so massive that they terrorize the world of Fenris. Space Wolf adepts finish their training and become full-fledged Space Marines by killing one of the Wolves of Fenris and wearing their skin, so they wear their brother's luscious locks. Now, the Index detachment is the Champions of Rus. People who play this detachment must be very happy, as the latest Adepticon essentially said, "Year of Chaos? Lol, this is Space Wolf territory now." And the Space Wolves got their damn near entire line updated. Seriously, they did get some cool new models, which makes my video bitching about 40k models look like a joke, really, though I still stand by it. But the Champions of Rus can't use certain models. Any with different chapter faction keywords and a short list of other guys. No tactical squads, assault squads with jump packs, devastator squads, command squads, and apothecaries. Apothecaries? Some of those I don't understand the reasons behind, but whatever. The detachment rule is deeds worthy of saga, and this is a real long one. At the start of the first battle round, you select one of the sagas listed, excluding the Saga of Majesty. Now, wording here is odd, as it immediately follows by saying that the saga is considered complete, and all units in your army gain the benefits of the completed condition until the end of the battle. Then, at the end of each player's turn, you choose another saga that wasn't the one you just chose, and if it was completed during the turn, you gain the benefit of it. But each saga can only be chosen once. Let's go over these sagas real fast. Warrior Born is completed if an Astartes unit kills a character unit. It gives your melee weapons the Sustained Hits 1 ability. Majesty is completed if you control one or more objectives in enemy deployment zone and has an Astartes character unit of yours on it. This increases your OC by 1. Yay! Bear is completed if one or more of your units were reduced to below half strength from full strength, but not killed. That depends a lot on your enemy here. Gives a Feel No Pain of 6+. That one's good, but it depends a lot on your opponent. And Beast Slayer completes if you destroy one or more enemy monster or vehicles in that turn. Wow, that's a lot, right? The benefit gives your melee weapons lethal hits? That's it? For killing a knight? Great, I suppose your heirloom weapons with a 5 strength can ignore that soon-to-be 11 toughness that my Questor's Knight has. I want to point out that there are only 4 of these. A game has 5 rounds, 2 turns during each round, which means these things can be completed by round 2 if you bum rush them all. The fact that these benefits apply to the whole battle definitely makes them a lot better, but I still think that they require a bit too much from my opponent, you know? What if they didn't bring any monster or vehicles? What if they kill every unit they go against? What if my opponent holds their home objective extremely well? It's too reliant on my opponent working with me, really.
Whatever, let's look at these enhancements.
For 10 points, the Pelt of the Beowulf. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer must make a battle shock test. I can see a benefit for this, especially on the enemy's home objective. Not bad, actually. 15 points, Frost Weapons. The bearer's melee weapon has a precision ability, and the strength and armor penetration goes up by 1. This could help out with the Majesty and the Beast Slayer sagas, so also fine one. Extra boost to wounding is also nice. 20 points, Wolftail Talisman. We going full Witcher here, okay. Each time an attack is allocated to the bearer, subtract 1 to the damage characteristic to a minimum of 1. Alright, now I'd have to ask someone about this, but would this benefit the Bear Saga? If their bodyguards are destroyed, but they aren't, would that make them gain the bear? And for 25 points, Black Death. Bearer's melee gains anti-monster and anti-vehicle 4+. This will also help that Beast Slayer saga option. Honestly, these enhancements vibe extremely well with the detachment rule, and the fact that all of these enhancements seem to be able to go on any Astartes character in the army makes it even better. Don't need specific boys. Now, stratagems. All of these are 1 point. You know Armor of Contempt, skip that. Go for the Throat is usable in the fight phase on an Astartes unit that hasn't fought yet. AP goes up by 1 for melee weapons in the unit, and if Beast Slayer is completed, weapons gain the Lance ability as well. Nice! Runic Ward is usable during the shooting or fight phase, just after your opponent has selected their targets on one Astartes from your army that has been targeted. 5+ Feel No Pain against mortal wounds and psychic attacks. 4+ if Bear is activated. Definitely in line with the Prospero Burning vibe, I guess. Death Howl is used during the fight phase on an Astartes unit that has killed 1 or more enemy this phase. Boost consolidation to 6 inches instead of 3 inches, and if Majesty is active, each enemy within 6 inches of the unit after doing that pile-in must make a battle shock test. Alright, not as useful, but far from bad. Warrior Pride is usable during the command phase on one of your Astartes characters. That character alone gains the benefit of 1 uncompleted saga until the end of the turn. It's okay, I guess. And Relentless Assault is used during your movement phase, just after a unit has made an advance or fallback on said unit. You can shoot if you performed either of these, and if Warrior Born is completed, you can also charge. Nice! All in all, this detachment is too heavily reliant on your opponent, but I can see it being a blast and a half to play, especially in a casual setting. On competitive, I know my local guys have been using a lot of Space Wolves, but I don't know if it's the index they're using or the Christmas detachment. That should complete all of the indexes I haven't gotten a codex for. Now I just need to review some of the codex detachments and... Look, the rules change so fast, it's just not worth it, right? I'll probably just dive into lore for the next foreseeable future. Who knows? Shove off.